Alright, Treasury Financial Manual, Volume 1, Part 2, Chapter 5100, Fund Balance for the Treasury Account. The chapter prescribes the policy to proceed with the aging of the fund balance for the Treasury of the account with chapters 5110. Scope of the applicability chapter apply with the federal agency for the U.S. disbursing officer for the report with the collection and disbursement of the Department of the Treasury of the Bureau of Official Services. Section 5115, according to the Title 31 U.S. Code 3513, Secretary of Treasury must prepare the reports for the inform of the President Congress for the public financial operation of the U.S. government. Head of each of the executive agency must provide the reports and information, financial condition, operation agency for the Secretary of the Treasury require, therefore, the Treasury requires the agency require the FBWT of the account regulator with the requiring base for the ensure the integrity of the accrual of the internal and governmental wide financial report data. Section 5120 with the term the definitions related with the chapter and Treasury Financial Manual of the glossary. 5125 background. Official services received with the Treasury account symbol of the business evident type code. Data include the agency receiver, the disbursement reactivity and reporting activity agency, the U of the DO, which is disbursing officers. Official services rely on the financial reporting, meet with the congressional mandate with the central account of the reporting is responsible for the orders for the information from the President, Congress, the Office of Management Budget as public officials of the Treasury account symbol of the business event type code with the data with the update with the FBWT with account balance with a certain account reporting with the center accounting report system. Agency reconciliation, FBWG of the account is a key internal control process to ensure the accuracy of the government will receive the disbursement data. Therefore, agencies must perform timely reconciliation. Agency of the United States General Ledger Accounting 101 000. Official serve the central accounting reporting for the account statement to implement effectively efficient reconciliation. Profit assistance in terms of the business event type code. Please reference to the business type guidance posted on the official service website. Officials will produce the central accounting report statement of the difference aging for the data submitted prior to the submitting the agents to become the central accounting reporting system report of the unresolved difference of these report of the compromised overall integrity staff of the government financial position. Therefore, agents remain the difference conversion from the central accounting reporting system. Reporter must continue the work to clear the difference. Those differences, agencies should contact officials or the representative of the cash accounting branch that is for assistance. See contacts. Section 5130, Agency of the U.S. Standard General Ledger, FBWT Accounts Agency, reconcile the U.S. Standard General Ledger Account 101 000 for each of the funds of the records officials for the central account reporting system account statement expenditure of the transaction report available, unavailable, unappropriated receipt account funds. 513010 for the Post Agency Transaction U.S. Standard General Ledger Agency Post Accounting U.S. Standard General Ledger must prepared adjustment trial banks to the least monthly verify the data with the credit posting the equal with the validate with the data with the also must ensure the balance of the U.S. Standard State General Ledger account with the 101 000 with the each fund agree with the internal supporting documentation. Only authorized officials should approve of the adjustment of to their agency full balance with further information. USSGL. 513020 Reconciliation United States Standard General Ledger of the account of the Treasury Fund. Symbol official serve the post the appropriation warrant for the non-expenditure training for the designated of the account. Symbol official serve the update of the account for the central account system of the central accounting reporting system accounting statement. The daily agency must prepare with the U.S. Standard General Ledger account 101 000 with the transaction internal ledger official review. Serve the reports must reconcile with the difference of the expenditure account summary with those reflects on the year to date with the balance of the current report period over the activity and with the operation and trusting involving clearly with the deposit fund account with available to receive an accounting summary with reflects the year to the date balance of the current reporting period of activity for collection made with available to receive the account with the unavailable to receive the account summary reflects the year to date balance of the current reporting period activity collection made and unavailable to receive the account further information. USSGL. Section 5135 Budget Clearing Account for the agency reconcile the budget clearing account balance of the monthly basis supplement with the default of the account balance or secure subject within scorecard performance standards outlined in the Chapter Appendix 1 with the direct questions regarding with the property suspense account with the budget report branch, direct questions regarding with the reporting and reconciliation suspense account with the cash accounting branch. 1. Accounting reporting requirements. A. Continue with you to suspend with the F3875 and the F3885 reporting suspense account activities. In previous officials for the discontinue for the suspense account 50 F3875 and the F3885 and left the The FPA obtained and approved way for the however to become the official of the business practice within the need for the FPA to become the central accounting reporting system. Reporters previous guidance has been reversed in certain circumstances. The FPA once again with the unsuspense accounts of the upon approval of the official service using existing guidelines of computer central accounting reporting system transaction report consisting of the office management budget A11 of the FPA the clearing units temporarily account with the transaction belong with the government of the transaction may have the specific report expenditure account. The FBA Federal Procurement Agency shall be program agencies clear suspend the outlays payments with mask and over obligation over expenditure for the expenditure account. RB suspends account with request for the Federal Program Agency with more than one Treasury accounting symbol must justify the business the need to suspend the activity account with may be submit request official service either the reopening of suspend the F3875 or the F3885 of the instant justifiable business need to enable the Federal Program Agencies to classify the transaction point of origin one open transaction during the due process because of the correct account is unidentified with the Federal Program Agency have the justifiable business need for the request for either the suspend for the F387 or F38085. Federal Program Agencies want to obtain the F account with the new guidance for the outline with the bulletin may submit for the request of official service to indicate the number of the account with the required with the based on the Federal Program Agency the current need. The request must be submitted with the Chief Financial Officer or Chief Designee Department level of the Bureau have the justifiable the business. They include the statement of the Chief Financial Officer agree with the annual certificate and the suspend of the account with the F3875 or F3885 proceeding the year with the not include the items in the transaction with the 60 business day with the older with the transaction more than 60 days. Business days over the Federal Program Agency must clearly explain the reason for the annual electronic certification. Provide email with the contact with the information person who is submitting electronic certification with reference above. Email the budget report official Treasury of Federal Program Agency is only one of the Treasury accounting symbols with the cover over the suspended of the F3875 and the F3885 are not permitted. Official service will process the Federal Program Agency the request to include the agreement of the reclassifying transaction amount with the temporary play with the suspend of the account of the property transfer accounting symbol within 60 business days transaction. Official service will acknowledge receipt of the Federal Procurement Program Agency request for the email. Federal Program Agency can expect the receipt of the email within 30 days. Official years may reconsider the request at any of the time. Official service will accept the Treasury accounting system. There is the Treasury accounting symbol that will validate appropriated with the intergovernmental purchase and collection. Federal Program Agency may review the list of the Treasury accounting symbol, the business event type codes, intergovernmental purchase and collection on the Central Accounting Reporting Site website. Chief officers or chief officer of the designee must certify the balance and suspend for the F3875 and the F3885 fiscal service of the annual of the year end fiscal service of the year end of the closing bulletin no longer normally issued each for the year of July. Provide the information on submitting for the certification suspense account of the year end closing bulletin Treasury Financial Manual Volume 1 bulletin page. No official services may incorporate performance measures later at a timely submission of the Chief Financial Officer certification. Our system award management default accounts F3500, 3500, and 3502. Official services established the default for the F3500 and 3502 for each major agency department of payment, the collection, and integration, governmental purchase, and collection transaction accounts were especially established facilitate systematic cash flow, temporarily classified, hold, unidentified, general, revolving, special adjustment, and transaction. Have system the default with the result of the incomplete, involve the Treasury accounting symbol, the missing classification key, submit with the Central Accounting Reporting System reports of the payment and collection feeder for the into the Central Accounting Reporting System. Central Accounting Reporting System will automatically put the invalid missing the Treasury accounting symbol to a system award management default of the account. The Federal Program Agency must clear the same the default of the account with the third business day of the following close of the current month. This also must correctly reclassify all system default of the transaction value they receive the expense of the Treasury accounting symbol. Third business day of the following the close of the account month. If the Federal Program Agency does not clear the same the default of the account timely, they will receive the contact official service cash account branch regarding the complete reporting and immediate resolution. For repayment and collection, same the default of the Treasury accounting symbol with the triple XX F3D500 for instance of the standard improvement of the Treasury accounting symbol, the structure of the 3-digit identifier of the XXX, available type of code F for the main code 3500, Apple the brother business event type code, the default payment of the system of transaction DISBBCA, debt transaction decree of the Treasury account, system fund balance Treasury, and DISBBCAG for the applicable business event type code, the default collection system transaction COLLBAC for transaction decrees of the TAC FBWT. Alright, for intergovernmental purchase and collection transactions, same the default of the Treasury accounting symbol, the triple XX 3502, the insert for the standardized component of the Treasury accounting symbol, the 3-digit identifier of the triple X identified with the F code, main code, account code 3502, cards report of the Ministry of the Treasury accounting with appropriate business event type code, and report reclassification transaction Treasury for applicable business event type code, the intergovernmental purchase and collection. Reports have only the type of the collection of the disbursement actively most likely to be the DISBBCA or DISCOB to the default of the brother business event type code or COLLBCA default business event type code with the Treasury accounting symbol the XXXF3502. If the federal program agency cannot classify the entire balance of the default of the SAM's account correctly, the federal program agency reclassify with the corresponding amount with the F3875 and the F3885 must clear the F account entry within 60 business days of the transaction per current policy. Note that the SAM the default accounts only for the same transaction, the statement transaction that can be central imported accounting reporting system and reports the clearing, classifying SAM the default transaction accounting models of the central accounting reporting system. Alright, D, performance measure. On quarterly basis, officials serve the issue of the scored rating notification agency for the Chief Financial Officer for the Federal Program Agency for the suspension of the default account. Officials serve the baseline serve the measure for the effects of the agency for the associated with the SAM, the default of the F33, F3500, F3502. Third business for the month with any amount of the default of the account, and third funds over the annual result of the red score of the first official service associate with the performance stand with the Federal Program Agency suspense account with the F3875 and the F3885 based on the percentage facial service that was based on performance scored rating card percentage total offsetting collection payment of transaction following reported in the central accounting report system with the same qualifying court official service. We use the following performance measures in the notification: 5% or less green, 6 to 9% yellow, 10% or more red. Official service around percent of the nearest whole number. For example, the federal program agency reports 1,000 each for the month upon the quarter for the quarterly quarterly total 3,000 amount with the new transaction classified as suspense account with the F3875 for the quarter, $140.50 of the green scorecard rating, 265 officials of the yellow scorecard rating, 305 it will be the red score rating. Implementing the performance of the F account balance achieved the January 1st, 2012, first quarter of official 2001 reporting. Reference SAM's website, section 5140, available the reconciliation tools, agency fiscal service of the reconciliation data, reconciliation concerning correcting SODs, following with the central accounting reporting system updated manually, intergovernment purchase and collection data, interagency transfer, volume 1, part 2, chapters 4700, SOD for receipt of disbursement and central accounting report, SOD, supporting the CIR debate, debt voucher, EFT payment information, and support listing prior to the month of the integrated procurement agent purchasing account collection data. Following information in the Central Accounting Reporting Accounting Statement and for the update of the daily expenditure for the available to report the upon receipt of the unappropriated receipt of the account data for the RFC for the check payment to the DTL module for the voucher for the department direction deputy officer Department officer with the EFT payment, the inference asking for Form 215 and 5515, process for the FRB financial institution available to the CIR updated section 52114 agency operation procedure certification failure to implement timely effective reconciliation process could increase the risk of fraud, wait for the mismanagement funds, the effect of the government ability to effectively monitor budget execution, affect the ability to accurately measure for the full cost of the programs. Contents, direct questions of the chapter of cash account, branch official account, operation bureau, official services, department of treasury, direct questions, proper budget, clearing account, official budget reporting, financial account, budget, official of the department of treasury, fund balance, treasury reconciliation, points of contact, and then that takes care of chapter 5100, fund balance with treasury accounts, volume 1, part 2. Testing.